And now, for our mediocre movie matinee presentation, The Vampire Slayer, by Brittany. Amanda is a 16-year-old and is a vampire slayer. She has a very good friend named Chris, he is 17. There is a vampire named Kenneth that is trying to kill Amanda. JT is the assistant vampire of Kenneth. It is the year 1985 on a cold night in a cemetery. Chis checked his watch, it was 10 past midnight. We have been here waiting for over an hour, Chis complained. Stop winning, you wanted to come, I did not mack you, Amanda said annoyed. Yes, I know, but I did not know it was going to be so long to wait for a vampire to come, he complained again. Amanda and Chris started to hear a slit snap under the ground. Chis felt his heart start to beat double time when a vampire busted out of the ground. Amanda gripped on the stake in her hand and ran at the vampire. She stabbed the vampire, missing the heart. Darn it, she shouted. Chris took out a spare gun and started shooting at the vampire. One hit it right in the chest and the vampire screamed. Then it turned into a puddle of brown mush. I do not think I will ever get used to that, Amanda said. Then JT came out of nowhere and grabbed Chris by the neck. Follow me and he dies, JT said it with a smile. Then he disappeared with Chris. Chris, Amanda yelled, but it was too late. He was already gone. Then everything goes black. Amanda wakes up on the ground of the cemetery and sees the sun. She got up, I guess I blacked out, she said quietly. But how could I black out till sunrise, she asked in wonder. She grabbed the bag of items that would kill vampires. All of this is Kenneth's doing. I will make him pay, she said with the bag in a tight grip in her arms. He knows good and well I know where he is, she thought to herself as she walked to one of the graves. She put the bag on and left the top of the grave. There was a dark staircase. She took out a flashlight, turned it on, and started to walk down the stairs. When the stairs ended, Amanda was surrounded by vampires. Oh no, I forgot how many vampires there were, she thought. She quickly opened the bag and threw water balloons with holy water in them at the vampires. All of them howled and screamed in pain. Then Amanda ran for the next room and ducked for cover, and the vampires blew up. She got up and patted the dust off her arms. I think that was about half of them, she said to herself. Then she suddenly froze and started to tremble. Right in front of her stood JT. He grabbed her by the neck and left her off her feet. I told you not to follow me, he growled. Then Amanda realized there was a stake in her hand, but she was losing her grip on it because JT was squeezing her neck so tight that it would break any minuite. She stabbed him as hard as she could in the chest, then he automatically let go, and she fell to the ground. She got up and watched as JT disintegrated into a disgusting-looking liquid on the ground. She knew what was in the next room as she slowly walked toward it, but she was afraid that Chris might already be dead. She walked into the room and saw Chris laying on the ground. Chris, she said as she ran over to him. Chris, are you okay? She asked. Yes, I think I am, he answered. Amanda helped him up, then suddenly she was flying across the room and hit the wall. Then she saw Kenneth where she was last standing before he threw her. Chris ran to her. Stupid little girl, you killed all my siblings, I am surprised, Kenneth said, starting to walk toward her. No, you don't, she yelled, pulling a shotgun out of her pocket. She aimed it right at his head. He still walked toward her. A smile suddenly appeared on his face. She shot at him, but he dodged it and hit the gun out of her hands. Chris grabbed a chair and threw it at a window near the ceiling. It broke and sunlight went on Kenneth. He caught on fire and then turned into a pile of dust. Amanda and Chris got married in 1992 and had a child, but both were killed by a vampire in 2000!